welcome to The Explainer. So tonight, we're going to dig into a really fascinating idea. What if that trouble you have sleeping, what if it isn't a flaw at all, but actually a sign of high intelligence?
You know the feeling, right? You're lying in bed, you're trying to sleep, but your brain, it just has other plans. It's busy replaying that one awkward thing you said in a meeting today, or maybe trying to figure out that weird look a stranger gave you. Your mind is just buzzing, and sleep feels miles away.
Okay, but what if that whole experience, what if it's not a problem? What if you're not an insomniac at all? Maybe you just have what's called a hyperactive prefrontal cortex.
And, well, that right there brings us to the core idea we're exploring today. This super surprising and honestly kind of counterintuitive link between a racing mind at night and, believe it or not, high intelligence. Let's see how this all connects.
So this gets us to a concept called continuous processing. The idea here isn't that your brain has some kind of faulty off switch. No. For highly intelligent people, it seems the brain is just, well, it's wired to keep on analyzing, to keep connecting information, long after you've called it a day.
Okay, so what is actually going on inside your head? On a biological level, why does your brain feel like it's running a marathon when you're just trying to get some rest? Let's dive into the mechanics of it.
Right, so the star of this whole show is your prefrontal cortex. You can think of it as your brain's CEO. It's in charge of all the big stuff, planning, making decisions, complex thinking. Now, when it's hyperactive, that basically means the CEO isn't clocking out at 5. Oh no, it's staying late, burning the midnight oil, just working overtime to process all of the day's data.
And look, this overtime work, it's not just random static in your head. Your brain is actively doing some really high-level stuff. It's replaying conversations to better understand social dynamics, it's planning that next big project, or it's connecting ideas from an article you skimmed earlier. I mean, this is deep, meaningful work happening.
So all this constant mental activity also helps explain another super common behavior, one that might feel a little bit like a guilty pleasure for some of you. Let's talk about the search for solitude.
It has a name, actually. Revenge bedtime procrastination. You know what this is. It's that urge to stay up way too late, maybe scrolling on your phone or binging one more episode, just so you can reclaim a little bit of personal time from a crazy busy day.
So let's break down this cycle, because it's pretty interesting. First, your day is just packed, right? It's overstimulated. Meetings, emails, social stuff. Your brain is just flooded with information, but it has zero downtime to sort through any of it. This creates this deep, powerful craving for some quiet, personal time. So what do? You sacrifice sleep to get that solitude. And it's in those quiet late-night hours that your brain finally gets the space it needs to do all that processing.
And this is the really crucial point. Putting off sleep isn't necessarily about being lazy or having poor self-discipline. It could actually be a subconscious strategy your superactive brain is using to lock down the quiet, uninterrupted time it desperately needs to function at its best.
Okay, so when you put all of this together, it leads to a really powerful shift in how we think about this. It lets us reframe those sleepless nights, to move away from a story that's all about anxiety and towards something completely different.
So let's be absolutely crystal clear on the main takeaway here. A mind that's racing at night? It is not a flaw. It's a feature. It's a core characteristic of how a powerful, analytical mind actually operates.
So instead of automatically labeling it as anxiety or insomnia, let's introduce a new way to think about it: cognitive depth. This is just the natural tendency to think about things on a deeper, more profound, more complex level. So in this view, your sleeplessness isn't the problem at all. It's just a symptom of your mind's incredible capacity for deep thought.
And this really sums up the whole shift in thinking perfectly, doesn't it? The old story, it slaps these negative labels on the experience, anxiety, insomnia, and sees it as a problem that needs to be fixed. But the new perspective, it sees cognitive depth and continuous processing. It's not a bug to be fixed, but a sign of a really powerful and engaged mind.
So, the next time you find yourself wide awake at 2 in the morning, your mind just buzzing with thoughts, maybe don't fight it. Instead, get curious. Ask yourself, what big idea, what creative connection is my brain working on right now? Who knows? The answer might just be worth losing a little bit of sleep over.